Hey everybody, this is Tom from Talon Guitar Works, and why I had the greatest intention of showing you a comparison video of the two Stratocasters with the blues tone circuits I'm working on. I was thwarted. One of my test subjects came with his wallet and left with the guitars. So we're going to have to talk about this. Now, the first guitar I built about 6 years ago, and it came back and I put medium high frets on it, or medium wide frets on it instead of the medium high frets. And I put a Babbage bridge on it, I took the Fender bridge off, but it had KentArmstrong, Rory Gallagher hand wound pickups in it. Now I know somebody out there is going to say DiMarzio makes those. DiMarzio got the naming rights from the Rory Gallagher estate. The original ones for Rory were wound by KentArmstrong back in the day. So we put that aside. Now I'm looking for a blues tone circuit that doesn't sound like a slobbering drunk. I want it to be articulate, brilliant, have clarity, and to have the listener feel it in their chest when those phrases are hit and when the solos take off. So I'm not the smart guy, but I have his phone number, and he lives in Grafton, Vermont in this case, and his name's KentArmstrong. And I called Kent, and thank you, Kent, for all the years of education you've given me on these tone circuits and pickups. I am absorbing it as quickly as possible. I said, Kent, I need these things to happen from this blues circuit. And after a lengthy conversation of how I should wire it, he already immediately had the KentArmstrong Tweed Tone in the neck and in the bridge position, and a hot middle reverse wound pickup in the middle position. Then he suggested I wire it with 500K pots instead of 250, and he suggested a 7-way switch or a no-load scenario. I went with the no-load scenario. So I ordered a 500K no-load pot from Philadelphia Luthier Supply, and this is the circuit. I'm going to hold it up here so you guys can screen capture it or do whatever you want to do. You see the neck, middle, and bridge pickups on the upper right. You see all their black legs going to ground and all that. That's not important. Now, when we get to the switch itself, you see the two jumpers coming in from the bridge pickup and the middle pickup going to that third pot, the 500K no load, which acts as a blend pot now. So basically you could blend, depending on which way you go, either one of those pickups in with whatever the selector switch is on. And the guys both came over, Tim and John, excellent blues guitarists in their own right each, and played the guitars for about an hour. I do this often because they give me great feedback on what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I need to change. And I'm really happy with this tone circuit and the way it was set up. Now, the other things I put on this were Fender locking tuners on that American Performer neck, and then I put a Floyd Rose rail tail on it, Axlab pick guards, they're 1028 online, you can't beat those. And then I did all cloth pushback wiring on it, and I have my Oak Grigsby 5-way switch on it, and my Pure Tone output jack. I like those, they hang on to the jack better, they don't get loose, they don't get sloppy. It takes a little more positive energy to push them in. So while I can't give you the samples of the recordings for this, you can experiment with it on your own. Now we use the audio taper pot in the volume, and I use linear taper pots in the tone positions. Why? Linear taper brings out the definition and the frequencies, and that's what your tone pot is doing, giving you different frequencies, while the audio taper gives you a smooth transition in volume. We're going to go over pots and switches in detail in another video soon, and this is Tom at Talon Guitar Works. Hope you liked the video. Remember, only half my ideas are any good. You've got to decide which half.